A new poll shows President Trump, oh my gosh, did I wreck my hair dancing? Sorry, I just have to, so pretty. Are we on TV?
No!
Let's fix it in post. President Trump trouncing the GOP presidential primary field, leading second place Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, leading by 36 points. Could a dark horse steal the nomination from under everyone's nose? My next guest says the GOP is currently too divided to attract crucial independent voters, but that he could offer a positive vision to beat President Biden in 2024. Sounds like he's running. Joining me now, New Hampshire Republican Governor Chris Sununu. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So my stepdad called me and he was like, you have to get Chris Sununu on the show. He's the only, my parents have been lifelong Democrats. I hate to out them, but he said he's the only person I've heard make a good rational pitch and I would vote for him. So what do you have to say to my stepdad and other potential independent voters about your maybe candidacy?
Look, I'm glad I'm up 1-0. That sounds good. If I got your stepdad, the rest will be cake.
That's absolutely right.
Look,
he's a skeptic. He doesn't like
really
anybody. He's like a lot of Americans, so sick of the noise, sick of inflation, doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So how can you make it better?
Look, it's actually not hard. Republicans don't have to change who we are or what we're about. We just have to remember what we are at our core. We're about limited government, local control, low taxes, individual responsibility. These are the founding and basic building blocks of the Republican Party. Now, we tend to get distracted with all these kind of headlines and political stunts and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it's those values, it's those policy, those pinnacles of policy that are going to bring America back. And they need someone that's more positive, that is results oriented, that has a record of actually getting results, that isn't just all talk and hot air, that can actually deliver. And I'm not saying it just has to be the Chris Sununu show. It can be other candidates. But we're a party that is always moving forward, not backwards. We're a party that is out with the old, in with the young, so to say. The next generation, the new idea, right? We don't settle.
Why is Trump
absolutely.
up by almost 40 points over Ron DeSantis? Because, you know, if people don't know much about you, maybe they don't know that you're running, but they've heard Ron DeSantis' name. They know that he won by 20 points for governor in Florida. And, you know, that is attractive, but it's not attractive enough. So why isn't someone else getting more purchase with the Republican and independent voters?
Because we haven't even started yet. It has just barely scratched the surface. So, for example, when you take a poll right now and a pollster says, do you support former President Trump? People say, yeah, I support him because he's getting beat up by the DA on politically driven charges out of New York. I get it. We all sympathize with that because he's the victim and he's playing the victim card very, very well. So when people say, I support Trump, they support him in the moment. That doesn't necessarily mean 9 months from now that translates to a vote in the ballot box. We haven't had a single debate yet. We're going to have a big stage. You're going to have a lot of candidates get in. You got to see who can take a punch, who can give a punch, the whole thing. So we are just barely scratching the surface of getting started. Long way to go. And if Trump thinks he's going to get at the nomination by playing the poor victim, right? What happened to the tough guy from New York? I mean, he's wimping out. He's saying he doesn't even want to get on a debate stage. That's not standing up and being a fighter. That is chickening out at the last minute. Now, I think he's going to be forced into it. But again, if you've seen his speeches lately, he doesn't have his fastball. He's not coming with the game. You want someone with energy, with drive, and with proven and driven results. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to get people excited.
What if
that's what's going to inspire people when they go into that ballot box.
What do you want your nickname from former President Trump to be? Do you want Sununu?
I could care less. Look, the problem that Trump would have with someone like me is I'm from New England, so I got a deep sense of sarcasm, a constant sense of self-deprecation. I've heard everything under the sun, and nothing gets under my skin. You got to be about something. You can't just, think that you're going to insult somebody and have a win like it's 2016. This is 8 years later, right? It is 8 years. It's a whole different ballgame, whole different set of issues, and there's too much on the line to think that as a party we should be nominating someone that has no chance of winning in November. You can get the nomination, sure.
Yeah.
He can win the nomination,
the thought of
but
another
he cannot
4
win
years
in November.
Of President Biden, it gives me schpilkus. That's not good.
Horrible.
But I have to tell you, I love the live free or die state. I'm all for it. And, we'll see if you can break through the noise, because it's a noisy time and people just want some sanity and rationality. And like you said, limited government. Governor Sununu, thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
All right.